stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Lizette Delgado Paz will lead us in the pledge.
Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Hello and good evening. My name is Karen Liu, and I am the proud principal, I should say, of Woodland Adult Education. It is my absolute honor and pleasure to welcome you to the commencement celebration of 2022. Yay, grads! Woo! The one good thing I can say, well, there's a lot of good things to say about this year, but at least I'm not getting blown off the podium. Last year it was super windy. Tonight we're all a little hot, but we're going to do this because this is a great reason to come together, and the staff and I are so proud of all of these students that you see in front of you. At this time, I would like to recognize and thank our board. We have Jake Whitaker, our president, Rahelia Villagrana, our vice president, Deborah Batista Zavala, our clerk, members Morgan Childers, Bibiana Garcia, Candinas, Maria Orozco, Director of Equity and Access, and Felicia Wilson, our Director of Student Support Services. Thank you for all you do, directors. This wouldn't be possible without you. I would like to give a special thanks to our amazing superintendent, and I referred to her as my mentor last year, and she still is this year, Elodia Ortega Lampkin. Thank you so much, Elodia. Also, I don't know if he's here, but we couldn't do what we do without the money to make all of this work. So thank you to our Associate Superintendent, Lewis Wiley. Also to Leonie Medina Estrada, our Assistant Superintendent of Human Relations. And I would like to welcome our new Director of Educational Services, Tumua Karaz. I truly appreciate all of you and what you do for our school and all the schools in the district. Thank you so much. Special thank you to the Pioneer High School staff. Sandy Reese and her team did an amazing job. They made sure chairs were set up for us, that we had cooling rooms for our students. Like I said, it's hot, so we need those cooling rooms today. So thank you to Sandy and her team. Also, I'd like to say a special thank you to Eric Dyer and all of the floral design students at Woodland High School. The beautiful arrangements that you see on our stage were provided by our floral design students. And I just want to give a shout out to Career and Tech Ed and just say, don't our arrangements look absolutely beautiful? So thank you to Eric and his kids. Now, tonight, students, and I know students out there, you will agree with me, it wouldn't be possible without the wonderful, dedicated staff at Woodland Adult Education. There is a saying, and you might think it's kind of funny, but I take it to heart. It says, not all superheroes wear capes. Some of them teach. And those people sitting over there, they are my superheroes. And I think probably you feel the same way about them. So I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you to my superhero teaching staff. Eddie Allen, Noreen Ashgar, Cece Dracia, Brenda Harris, Tracy Kitts, Pam Landerman, Ruth Liu, Nina Locker, Julie Mast, Sarah Norberg, Lisa Patterson, Heidi Paul Wines, Stan Thomas, and Dean Yamasaki. Thank you, guys. Also, I would like to recognize and thank my classified staff, Carmen Arriaga, Eric Benuelos, hey Eric, Dora Franco, Luis Santos, Rachel Silguero. Teachers and I refer to these individuals as our shining stars because they light the way for all that we do. Lastly, I would like to say thank you to my Vice Principal, Doug Criddle. As you can see, we have a very dedicated team at Woodland Adult Education, and I am incredibly proud and blessed to be their leader. Now, the reason that we're here tonight, to our graduates, I commend you and I recognize your hard work. Reaching this milestone was not easy. Each of you had your own journey and reason for wanting to earn your high school diploma or high school equivalency. You came to Woodland Adult Education having experienced setbacks and obstacles, both personally and academically, yet you were able to look beyond those barriers and focus on your goals. Many of you simply needed an alternate pathway in order to achieve success. I think all of you have realized Woodland Adult Ed is a unique school, and like us, all of you are unique students. And I'm especially proud that Woodland Adult Ed was here for you because you simply just needed a second chance. I'm super, super proud of you guys. As I reflect on the students of the graduating class of 2022, I can't help but think of one of my favorite quotes by the late poet and civil rights activist Maya Angelou, and I wanted to share her words with you. Her words are, "You may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated. Please remember that your difficulties do not define you. They simply strengthen your ability to overcome." And I know I've talked with many of you, Eric has talked with many of you, your teachers have spoken with you. We know that so many of you have truly transformed your lives, often at seemingly impossible odds. I have one student, all of you are special, and all of you hold a special place in our hearts, but there is one I would like to commend. Isidro, if you wouldn't mind standing for me. Isidro is the epitome of an adult ed student. Isidro, where did you go? There you are. So Isidro came to adult ed many years ago. He started out in English, or ESL class, level 1, and he worked his way through all 4 levels. I remember meeting with Isidro when he passed his exit readiness test to transition from ESL into the high school diploma program. At that time, Isidro came to us having no credits at all on his transcript, so he needed 180 to graduate. Almost 4 years later, I am so proud of this young man because earning a high school diploma while still working through it being an English learner is just a testament to what our students do. And so many have stories like that, and you will hear a little bit about that later. But I especially wanted to point out Isidro simply because of the absolute dedication that he has put into his studies. And again, that's just the perfect it's the quintessence of adult education and who our students are. So while I commend all of you, I especially commend Isidro because I know the road that you had to take to get here tonight. So all of you, like Isidro, you weren't defeated by the obstacles and barriers that you faced. You decided it was time for a change in your own life, and you had the courage and the resiliency to do something about it. You overcame difficulties and you defied the odds in your own lives, and now you are stronger because of it. As you move on to the next chapter in your lives, I encourage you to continue to defy the odds that may come against you. Please continue to pursue your goals and dreams. As I walked you on the grass for the practice, I said to you, just because you're leaving us tonight does not mean that we will not be here for you. Remember, you can come back to work with Eric, to talk to me. We are here for you to help you with college transition. Remember, we're starting career and tech ed in the fall, so you're welcome to come back to those programs. But know that just because you're leaving, that doesn't mean you cannot come back to us. We will hear for you. So always remember, work hard, never stop believing in your goals, never stop believing in your abilities. You are remarkable individuals, and your teachers and I want you to know how tremendously proud we are of all of you. Audience members, please give our graduates a huge round of applause. Okay, next in our ceremony, the part that I know you all love, aside from the awarding of diplomas, hearing our student speakers. So you're going to hear from them, and they're going to share about their personal journeys. And I am pleased to introduce our first speaker, Miss Natalie Bueno. Natalie, if you would please come up and share your story with us. I'm sorry, Natalia. Natalia, forgive me.
Good evening. Destructive paths, poor choices, defiancy, all factors in what led me to be here this evening. But what you don't know is the strong, courageous, and hardworking woman that I am, who paved and continues to pave a path for myself. Honestly, I've tried this time and time again, from finishing a few credits in class about 7 years ago, to going back again and again, to then trying independent studies about 4 different times, and then finally saying, what's the difference? I was so determined to get my diploma as if it was truly making a difference at this point in time in my life. I was just punishing myself because every time I had to study and read a book, I kept saying to myself, this is high school and I'm such and such age, what the heck is wrong with me? And I'd stop yet again. Trying more times than I could count, one thing I never did was give up. Even with all the doubts I had in me that I wasn't going to pass this test, it just goes to show that they were just that, doubts. Being this late in my life and finally going through with taking advantage of this opportunity will finally open the doors I've kept shut for so long. It allows me to continue my education and my dream that I put off for what seems like forever. Rocking my prereqs so I can master my nursing school, and so much more. And let's not forget, I want to be the most prime example ever, being the woman and mother my daughter wants to look up to. I don't know if me telling you that I tried so many times will help motivate you, or the fact that I never gave up. But whatever it may be from me speaking tonight, I hope when and if the time ever comes that you do feel like giving up, just remember that everything takes time and the time is yours. Congratulations to us.
Our next speaker is Lizette Delgado Paz. Lizette, would you please come up?
Hi everyone, my name is Lisa Delgado Paz and I'm 19 years old. Please forgive me if I make mistakes, I'm really nervous. I've never liked drawing attention to myself and especially not speaking in front of crowds. But to speak here, I volunteered, which is odd for me because I feel really nervous and anxious with these things. But let me explain myself. When I realized I'd have to go to a continuation school 3 years ago, I was devastated. I felt incredibly ashamed of myself. I was embarrassed and angry. I blamed everyone and everything around me for my demise. I took this anger and resentment and delivered it to my mom in an unsavory fashion, crazy, hostile fashion, if you're looking for detail. I don't know exactly what I was looking for. One second. When I did that, but what she gave me was two things, one being a reality check. And when I say reality check, I mean she reassured me of my reality instead of gaslighting me. She let me know that yes, it wasn't fair to grow up seeing your mom cry regularly. It wasn't my fault I felt anxiety when I heard my dad's truck pulling in. I didn't deserve to experience homelessness with her and my sisters. My OCD and ADD did in fact put me at a disadvantage socially, emotionally, and academically. And PTSD wasn't a suitable parting gift from a dad. All of these things were true and we both knew it, my mom and I. However, she still forced me to go to school. By virtue of it and it still being up to me how my life turned out and how I was in charge of my life. The second thing she gifted me was an invitation to a new perspective. I wasn't walking a paved road. I was climbing a mountain. Unfortunately, I wasn't a climber back then, or even a walker for that matter. So I can't say I accepted this new perspective easily. It was difficult. I cried countless times, took too many breaks, thought of giving up, threw tantrums, and went through a slew of many complex and frustrating emotions. In the midst of all this, I had been unable to let go of the negative stigma that surrounded attending alternative high schools. But nearing the end here, when the finishing pieces were finally coming together, I realized I didn't feel ashamed anymore. I felt grateful. I was given an incredible amount of help and countless opportunities to keep going. I was shown compassion. I was moved by how generous the teachers and staff were with the time they gave me to see me succeed. Experiencing this has been a gift all by itself, and I wanted to share that with everyone. Standing here today, I can't call my experience a trial because all I see is a victory now. During the time we didn't have a home and we were living with a family friend, my mom would pack all of us girls into our little van. We'd stock up on snacks and hit the road. We had nowhere to go. Our sole destination was to intentionally get lost. We'd sing songs at the top of our lungs, watch movies. We'd see deer, owls, hit potholes, and lose reception. The uncertainty was thrilling and exciting. My mom did this because she had nowhere else to take us for fun together. But I'm doing so that she taught me to see imperfection as adventure and an opportunity to come together with those we love. In this school, I felt the same notion, and I want to thank all of the teachers and staff here for supporting me and encouraging me and ultimately helping me succeed with the love you all did. Thank you.
Thank you, Lizette. Our next speaker is Andrea Furman. Andrea, would you please come to the stage?
The credentials for school was lower, so I would have be a freshman again. So I decided to wait. I ended up getting pregnant in 2000. I ended up having a child in 2013, which put me back further. In 2014, I ended up getting divorced, becoming a single mom. So it was hard to find time to go to classes when you work full time and a full time mother. At the time, so then I decided to buy the GED book and study on my own at home and at work. I finally completed all my tests last year in September. I give thanks to my fiance Lamar for helping me for my last two tests. If it wasn't for him, I probably would be not graduating right now. Since taking my tests, I have applied to college for forensic science, and I start in August. I encourage everyone and anyone that it's never too late to go back to school. It'll help you in the long run. It really will. I want to give thanks to my son Xander for giving me a reason to go back to build a better life for us. And my intermediate family for not giving up on me when I gave up on myself. If it wasn't for the motivation and support, I wouldn't be where I am today. Thank you.
Our next student speaker is Nicole Ibarra. Nicole, would you please come to the stage? I told you would enjoy hearing these stories from our students. And while we only had, I think we've got 6 who are speaking, pretty much everybody sitting in these rows has a very similar story. So when I say we're a unique school and we serve unique students, we do. And I am so grateful for adult education and what it means to this community and to the lives of these students. So Nicole, if you want to come up.
Hi, everyone. So I'm winging my speech right now because I procrastinate and a lot of things. I just wanted to congratulate everyone here because I know it wasn't easy, and I know some of us it took longer than others. But I especially want to take this time to thank my teachers, Heidi, Nina, and Eric, for all of your help and pushing me to get this high school diploma and showing me a bunch of resources that I can use for the future. I truly appreciate that, and you guys have a huge place in my heart. And I want to get a shout out to my kids, Bentley and Elena. I love you guys. And thank you, everyone here, and congratulations.
Much, Nicole, considering you did a procrastination. That was a great, encouraging talk that you gave. Thank you. Our next student speaker is Elena Jaramillo. Miss Elena, would you please come to the stage?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Elena Jaramillo, but those who really know me as Boogie. And I'm honored to be one of your speakers tonight, and I hope my story will motivate you to keep pushing forward. First, I'd like to start by giving a round of applause for the 2022 graduates for doing all the hard work to make it here. Also, I'd like to thank the families for being supportive because without a good support system, we can't strive as much. So thank you. And thank you so much to adult education staff, teachers for your time and hard work. Without you, we wouldn't have the opportunity to be here, so thank you. As for me, I ended up at adult education because my senior year of school, I ended up homeless for selfish purposes and dropped out. I later got pregnant and ended up a single mother. When my son entered kinder, that's when I decided to go back to finish school. I have been enrolled in adult education for about 6 years now. I have quit about 3 separate times, but never gave up. I had a dream of walking across this stage, having my family cheering me on because I made them proud. Not only did I have them to make proud, but I had to do it for my son. I thought, how can I encourage my son to finish school when I haven't completed it myself? At that moment, I decided I would complete school. And 6 years and 3 breaks later, I'm here. The work was hard, the teachers were harder, but I didn't stop because I made a goal and I needed to complete it. For instance, I made a goal to move up in my company in 5 years and I did it in 4. I made a goal to buy a home before the age of 30 and I can say I'm a homeowner at 28. I made a goal to graduate high school and today I am a high school graduate. None of it was easy, but I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I'm also very blessed to say I have the opportunity to speak life into young girls at my church and teach them about the love of God and encourage them to do well in school. So I hope my story will encourage you to go back and to know that it is never too late. I like to take this time personally to thank the Bomb Squad for always having my back and never giving up on me. Without their support, I wouldn't be able to accomplish this as easy. I'd like to also thank my teacher, Stan, who had to deal with my attitude and my feel sorry treatment. No matter what, he never let me quit and always lifted my spirits. Thank you, Stan. And my final thank you is to my good friend, Eric Banuelos. Eric is like my crazy Theo because we have known each other since I was a junior in high school working at a thrift store that he was the manager for. So when he got the position at Adult Ed, I knew there were no more excuses for me. He would bug me every time I took a break from school until I returned. He was always telling me, come on, you're so close, just finish already. Without his annoyingly caring ways, I wouldn't be here either. He cared enough to keep pushing me because he believed I could do it, and I'm happy to show him I have done it. Thank you, Eric, so much. God bless you all, and congratulations.
Thank you, Elena. Our last speaker, a gentleman, Jeremiah Landsberg. Jeremiah, if you would come to the stage, please.
Good evening. So first of all, congratulations to the class of 2022. My name is Jeremiah Landsberg, and I won't make this a long speech because I know it's hot and everybody really wants to stay cool. But I started in adult ed in 2017 in room 2. And I eventually stopped going to class for about a year or two uh, for different reasons. I wasn't around too much. Uh, but then I went back to adult ed. And from then, I kind of did one-on-one sessions with Julie. And because of her, I graduated. So thank you, Julie, Catherine, Noreen, Lisa, and Eric, and everybody at Adult Ed for helping me graduate. Uh, but what I really wanted to touch on was when I left, I came back. Basically, I didn't give up. So Whether you're working on a project or you're working on something at work, or if you're just trying to graduate, whatever it is that you're trying to do, don't give up. You'll get it done, and eventually, uh, just work hard, work with focus and determination, and you'll get it done in no time. Thank you.
Thank you, students, for sharing your inspirational stories with us this evening. You did not let your difficulties define you, and you were able to overcome. I think it's safe to say we see a recurring theme here. It's never too late. Jeremiah, thank you for reminding us to not give up. Whether it's with school, whether it's a project in your life, no matter what, as long as you're breathing, there's always another opportunity to give it that second, third, fourth, fifth, even sixth try. And again, these students embody that. It is now time for the presentation of our Helen Nash Scholarship Awards. Dean Yamasaki, Secondary Department Chair, and Eric Banuelos, Adult Ed Workforce Specialist, are two of the members of our Scholarship Review Committee. Eric and Dean, would you please come to the podiums? Students, when your names are called, please come up. If Dean calls you, you'll come up to Dean to receive your scholarship award. If Eric calls you, please come to this side of the stage to receive your scholarship award. Dean and Eric, I turn it over to you.
Okay, so the first name I have is Jeremiah Landsberg, and Jeremiah is the recipient of a $2,500 scholarship. Congratulations, Jeremiah.
All right, the second person to receive a Helen Nash scholarship is Kobe Thompson. Kobe is the recipient of a $2,000 scholarship. Congratulations.
Okay, our next recipient is Nicole Ibarra, and Nicole is the recipient of a $1,500 scholarship. Congratulations.
All right, the next recipient is Natalia Bueno for a $1,500 scholarship. Congratulations.
And our last recipient is Jasmine Osorio. Jasmine is the recipient of a $1,500 scholarship. Congratulations.
Congratulations to all of our award recipients. Most of you tonight should have received a program. If you would like to learn more about the life and legacy of Helen Nash, you can read about her and her generous spirit and life that she led, and she gifted the money that we were able to award tonight. Tonight, in case you weren't keeping track, we handed out $9,000 in scholarships to exceptionally deserving students. Okay, guys, we're getting close to the moment you've all been waiting for. May I please have Miss Brenda Harris and Miss Lisa Patterson come to the podiums? So we have now arrived at the point of our evening for the presentation of diplomas and the declaration of you as graduates. To our guests, after the students are declared graduates and they begin the recessional, I ask that you please do not merge onto the field, and I ask that you exit your seats row by row in an orderly fashion. You can wait for your graduates outside the gate that you saw them enter through. There'll be plenty of opportunities afterwards for photos. We let them stay in their caps and gowns for at least a half hour or so you've got lots of time for family pictures. Okay? With you guys, who's ready? We have waited for this all year. It is now time for the class roll call and the presentation of diplomas. So, we will start with Miss Brenda. If you'd like to start calling student names.
Caitlin Bueno.
Caitlin here?
I'm sorry, Caitlin Allen. I apologize. I couldn't see. Okay. Sorry about that, dear.
Alberto Marquez.
Natalia Bueno.
Camille Mercado.
Kyle Carden.
Stella Morales.
Maria Carranza.
Azelia Moreno.
Lisette Delgado Paz.
Armando Morillion.
Day Miron Avelar.
Michaela.
Jessica Drew.
Jasmine Osorio.
Prabashini Ekanayake Moody. Congrats, baby. Congrats.
Roberto Palomino Jr.
Andrea Furman.
Graciela Perez.
Nicole Ibarra. Congrats, baby. Okay, yeah, me too.
Isidro Ruva Calamba.
Elena Boogie Jaramillo. You're welcome, baby.
Aiden Sotero. Kobe Thompson.
Jeremiah Landsberg. Good job, kid.
Simon Viegas. And Wendy White.
Well, we've handed out diplomas. We handed out quite a bit of money. I think we all enjoyed hearing from our student speakers. Is there anything else we need to do tonight? Graduates, please stand. class of 2022. I'll wait till our board of trustees clears. Woo! Okay, signifying your new status as high school graduates, you may now move your tassel from the right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to present to you Woodland Adult Education's graduating class of 2022. Congratulations.